Hello everyone. Today we're going to be making a little cloche Christmas ornament. I think that's how you pronounce it. This is a pack of 6 plastic wine glasses from the Dollar Tree. Now I'm using white and black Sculpey clay, which is the type of clay that you do need to bake in the oven. I want to make little gray headstones, so I'm mixing the 2 clays together. You kind of have to knead them together to make them soft. Another way to do this, if you don't have white and black, which might even be easier, is just use whatever color you have, and then once they are baked and hard, you can paint them gray. Now, as you can see, I made a few, and you do need to bake them for about 15 minutes. And what I'm doing here is cutting some brown felt for the bottom of the cloche so it looks pretty nice and you don't see the cardboard on the bottom. I will be honest, there's a few things I would change if I were to make another one of these ornaments, and we'll talk about that as the video progresses. So I have some black masking tape there and some wire, and what we're going to do is make a spooky dead tree. I'm going to wrap it with black masking tape, but it really doesn't matter what color of masking tape you have. If you want to wrap it with the normal kind of like off-white kind, you can paint it black later if you want, or you can paint it brown if you want a brown tree instead of a black one. Everybody knows that I like spooky Christmas ornaments, and I know not everybody is into the whole spooky scene. You can totally do a traditional Christmas scene in these little cloches, like if you got tiny bottle brush trees, or like everybody's a big fan of the red truck, I'm sure you could find a miniature one or something like that. But you know me, I like spooky, so we're doing headstones and dead trees. Okay, so time is sped up in this video, obviously. So all my little headstones have been cooked and they have also cooled off. And what I'm doing is taking a black pen and writing the letters RIP on it. And I will be detailing it with some cracks as well, as you can see here in a moment. So I want my little scene to have snow in it, and what I'm going to do here is put a little bit of snow on top of the headstone, and you'll see how I do that. Now what I'm doing here is the masking tape on the back side is white, so you can kind of see the white showing through on parts. So I'm just kind of filling it in with a black pen. You don't really have to do that because we are going to be putting a little bit of snow on the tree like we did the headstone, but you know, it's all up to you. Now it starts to get to a place where I actually wish I would have done something different. I wish I would have put some white felt on the cardboard or at least painted it white, because what I'm going to be doing here in a moment is covering it in that white glitter that I've been using for the snow, and you can kind of see the cardboard through it. It's not a big deal because I mean it can kind of be dirt, I guess, if you want it to be. However, I just wish I would have done it a little differently. Now we have to figure out how we're going to hang it. And I have these little skeletons that I purchased from the Dollar Tree during Halloween. And I'm going to rip off one of the skulls and use that for the topper of the cloche. It's kind of helpful because it has that little thing where the jute twine is going through. And I'm actually going to take that off and thread some ribbon through it and use that as my ornament hanger. This is another part that, looking back on it, I wish I would have done a little differently. The stem of the wine glass there is the top part of the cloche, and I wish it was shorter. Now what you can do to make it shorter is get a hot knife or take like a knife that you're not going to be using for food and heat it up and just kind of like cut through it, or I guess melt through the plastic sort of, so you can cut it down. And then whatever kind of topper you use, whether it's like a little skull like I'm going to use, or if you have like a good sized bead, that would also be cute. It would kind of also work as like a little plug for the hole that will be left open if you cut it. Here I'm just securing it more by putting more hot glue on the outside of it. I will be also hiding the hot glue with more glitter so it'll look like snow on the ledge, but that'll also kind of like disguise the little bit of cardboard you can see at the side. It just bothered me, so I wanted to cover it up with more glitter. And this is the end result. I'm sorry I can't get a better picture of it. I tried a bunch of times, but since it's a clear plastic, it reflected a lot of light, so it made it kind of hard to see. But hopefully you guys can get the idea. Thank you for watching my video. If you guys decide to make these, take pictures of them and tag me on Instagram at Elizabeth666, same as the name on here. And I will see you guys later. Happy holidays.